Welcome back, viewers. Today, we delve into one of the most controversial topics of our time, the 9/11 attacks. In this video, we explore the theory that suggests the World Trade Center towers were not solely brought down by the impact of the planes, but rather by a controlled demolition. Let's dive into the evidence and unravel the conspiracy together. But remember, critical thinking and objective analysis are essential in understanding complex events like this. To understand the controlled demolition theory, we need to go back to that fateful day, September 11th, 2001. As we all know, the Twin Towers collapsed after being struck by hijacked planes. But why do some people question the official narrative? One key argument put forth by the controlled demolition theorists is the way the towers fell. They argue that the collapses displayed characteristics consistent with controlled demolitions rather than the result of plane impacts and fires alone. Let's examine the evidence. Eyewitnesses play a significant role in understanding any event. Several individuals near the Twin Towers reported hearing explosions before the buildings collapsed. We interviewed some of them to gain insights into what they experienced that day. Structural anomalies discovered in the rubble raised questions about the official explanation. Some experts argue that the presence of thermite residue and the peculiar nature of the debris point towards a controlled demolition scenario. Let's examine these findings in detail. While the controlled demolition theory has gained traction, it's important to present counter-arguments and address the debunking efforts. Skeptics contend that the evidence used to support the theory is flawed or misinterpreted. Let's explore some of these counter-arguments. Structural damage. The impact of the hijacked planes and subsequent fires caused significant structural damage to the World Trade Center towers, weakening their integrity. Many experts argue that this damage, combined with the weight of the floors above, explains the collapse without the need for controlled demolition. Controlled demolition challenges. Implementing a controlled demolition of such magnitude, involving multiple towers and thousands of witnesses working in and around the buildings, would be an extraordinary feat of secrecy and coordination. Critics argue that the logistics of planning and executing such a complex operation without detection would be virtually impossible. Lack of physical evidence. Despite extensive investigations and analysis of the debris from the collapsed towers, no conclusive evidence of explosives or controlled demolition has been found. Peer review and scientific consensus. The majority of architects, engineers, and scientists in relevant fields support the official explanation for the collapse of the World Trade Center towers. The consensus among experts is that the collapses were a result of the combination of plane impacts, fires, and subsequent structural failures. The National Institute of Standards and Technology (NIST) conducted a thorough investigation into the collapses and released a detailed report explaining the events. The report concluded that the collapses were primarily caused by the combination of impact damage and subsequent fire-induced structural failure. It's important to note that these counter-arguments and debunking points are based on the information available up to my knowledge cutoff in September 2021. The topic of 9/11s continues to be the subject of ongoing debates, and new evidence or arguments may emerge. It's essential to conduct further research, consult expert sources, and consider multiple perspectives when exploring this topic. In conclusion, The 9/11's controlled demolition theory is a topic that has sparked intense debate. While it's crucial to examine evidence objectively, it's equally important to differentiate between credible sources and misinformation. Investigating such events requires careful analysis and critical thinking. I encourage you to continue researching and questioning, striving to uncover the truth. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video informative, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Stay curious and keep exploring the world of knowledge. Until next time, take care.